Today we're going to build a 1.5 gigawatt fuel generator power plant in just a few minutes. No need to mess around, so let's get right into it. So to get started, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to hold down the control key while I'm placing down these foundations because I want to get them to snap to the global grid, and I also want to paint them concrete. So now they're concrete, and next thing we want to do is put down a oil extractor. I'm going to turn it this direction and snap it down. Now let's get some power over here. We'll put the power right on the corner, and we'll power up that extractor. Now what I want to do is I want to build up, and I'm going to go up like 5 meters. Okay, and this one can be down here as well. Okay, now once I've built up 5 meters, now I'm going to start to build out. The platform for this is going to be 6 by 18, so we'll just switch over to zoom mode and go out 10. And we're going to go out 3 on this side, and we'll go out 3 on this side. Okay, and there and there. Okay, so now we can actually get rid of these ones here. Now we want to place one of those right there, and since we are only doing 1.5 gigawatts, we only need 180 crude per minute. This is a normal, so we'll have to use one shard to overclock it to 150%, which will give us 180 per minute crude oil, which is how much we need for this power plant. Okay, once we've got that all set, now we're going to go ahead and place down our refineries. We are going to need 3 refineries. The way we place them is we want the inputs facing towards us, and we want the input to be right in the center. So it should be 3 foundations on each side of it. And then we just go and snap, by holding control, a refinery onto either side of it. Now we can go ahead and place down a couple of these pipeline supports, and we'll drag a pipeline between those two. And then all we have to do is snap in with the control key a couple of junction crosses. Once the junction crosses are in place, we can go ahead and connect up the pipes. I'm using horizontal to vertical mode here. You can use noodle mode. I do not believe that auto will work in this particular case, but I personally like the horizontal to vertical. So once you've connected the refineries to the pipe, you can go ahead and trim off the extra stuff, and you do not need this one either. Okay, so that's the inputs to the refineries. Now we need to work on the outputs. But before we do that, what we're going to do is we're just going to run over here, and we'll finish off our foundation. So we can zoom out to 10 really easily, so we don't need 20, but it's just a lot faster to do it this way. And then at the end, we'll just trim off those last 2. Okay, so another thing that's really handy, I am using my hover pack. You may not have a hover pack, so you might not be able to do that, but if you do have a hover pack, what I like to do is just lay down some temporary, and this one's a little bit tougher because, I'm not sure where these pipes are going to be, but for now that's good enough. Okay, so let's do the same thing we did on the back side. We're going to go on this line right here. So we place one down here, place a pipeline support here, run a pipe between them, and put the junction crosses. Remember to hold snap, control for snap. And then we are going to use horizontal to vertical mode to add these. Okay, that is, well, we do still need to get rid of the polymer resin. We'll do that in a little bit. Go ahead and delete these. Okay, now we're ready to lay down our fuel generators. Yes, so here's the first fuel generator. We want the output to the left on this one. We want to place it right against this line right here, right there. So you can see that it starts on the next foundation right at the seam. So then we also want to do another one. We're going to rotate it 180 degrees and do the exact same thing. This time we can use the green line to find when they're centered, and then you just move it until it's right on the edge. So now we know that they're perfectly lined up. You can see that this foot is just before this line and this foot is just before this line. So they are lined up. Now all we have to do is run this pipe down here. I'm just stretching it out just so that I can decide where I want to break it off. In fact, I'm going to actually not do that yet. What I'm going to do is let's lay down these guys first. Once you've got the first two placed and the other ones are real easy, you just hold down the control key and they snap into place. You need to come on out a little bit further. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same thing here. Rotate, rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now they are all placed down. Let's go back to put our pipe in. There we go. And so it won't reach all the way to that one, so I'm going to go ahead and split it right here. And from there, I know that we can make it all the way to the end, so let's just go ahead and put down another one of these. And I am going to run the power next just so I can fly through the rest of this build. Okay. And actually I'm going to get rid of that power because I'm going to do fresh. So the main thing here on this power, what I want to do is I'm going to have one in between these two. I'll just pull it out so it doesn't clip. Same thing here. One in between these two. And pull it. Whoop, that was one too many. Let's try that again. And right there. Okay, and then I also like to keep this line nice and straight, so I will do that over here. Just pull this one back. I think it looks like right about there. And then we can get rid of this one and connect this over to there. Okay, now we're going to want to pull this one out here. What I like to do is just place it right in front of the foot, and then we'll do it on each one. And I'm not going to connect them to the power generators just yet because I'm really only putting this out here just so that I can fly right now. We'll connect up the pipes. It's actually easier to connect the pipes before you've connected the power lines, because the power lines kind of get in the way a little bit. Okay, so anyway, let's now add our junctions. Again, holding the control. Oh, what happened here? Oh, I think that was the leftover from before. So, okay, that's all we need there. Now let's go ahead and connect up our pipes. And as you can see, this is what I'm talking about. The power lines do get in the way a little bit when you're building, but it does make it really nice to be able to fly. So I give up the inconvenience of having to deal with the power poles for the ability to fly and get this project done super quickly. Okay, and so that's all of the fuel generators connected to the fuel. At this point, all we have to do is apply power and recipes. So let's do that right now. So first thing, we're going to turn the power on for these guys. Okay, and let's get a recipe. We're going to use fuel for these. And as you can see, fuel has polymer resin output of 30 per minute, and we're doing 3, so that's 90. So we need to have at least a Mark II belt to remove the unused polymer resin. So let's go ahead and set that up right now. So I'd like to count out 1, 2, 3 from there. And you know, all depends on what side you want to put your awesome sink on. I'm not going to be building this direction, I don't think. This direction, I have a little bit more room to build, so I'm going to go ahead and put my awesome sink over on that side. So, let's line up our... right there. Looks good. Go ahead and place a belt. And now we need some mergers. And again, holding down the control key when you place the merger so that it snaps right to the port. Okay, and all we have to do now is connect. We can trim this end up and connect this one and this one. And as you can see, we've already got, oh, looks like we missed here. Hold on a second. And snap. Okay, there we go. Okay, I believe we have it fixed now. Okay, so we are going to want to put an awesome sink right here. Awesome sink. And just turn it and line up the belt. Oh, I'm going to have to put the concrete on this side. Here we go. Now I should be able to line up the belt, and there we go. And now we just need to connect this. And since this one was broken, I want to just make sure that this is going to move. Oh, we don't have power. There we go. Get power to the awesome sink. Oh yeah, so this one's moving. That means we know it's connected properly. Everything looks like it's moving. Everything looks good. Okay, so these all should be generating fuel at this point, and they are. And this one is generating fuel as well. Perfect. Now we're going to let all the fuel generators fill up before we attach the connections. We'll be back in a couple minutes when that's done. Okay, it's a couple of minutes later, and all of the fuel generators are full of fuel. As you can see, these last ones have 50 in them. That means that the entire row, both rows are full, and let's check how much power we've got. Currently we have 5,700 megawatts production. So once we connect all of these, we should have an additional 1.5 gigawatts. So let's go ahead and connect them now. You can connect these right away, and they will eventually fill up. I like to go ahead and just let the machines fill before I connect them. That way, there's absolutely no power fluctuation. Okay, and here we are. We are now doing 7,200 megawatts. So we did add 1.5 gigawatts in just about 10 minutes. This power plant is extremely reliable. Once I let the fuel generators fill up with fuel, I have never seen power fluctuation. Not only are they reliable, but they're also very tileable. So as you can see over here, I have 2 tiles of the exact same plant. I can easily add another 1 or 2 tiles off this side. Now, of course, this is not the most efficient way, but I kind of think that it's probably one of the fastest and the easiest ways to get your power. If you're having an emergency and you need 1.5 gigawatts as soon as possible, this is a great way to do it. I hope this video helps you out, and if it does, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more videos in the future. I also stream Satisfactory on Twitch at twitch.tv/buzz__bomb. Stop by and say hi.